Welcome back to the Pokemon Black No Experience run. Last time, we defeated Caitlin, the final member of the Elite Four, for the second time. And now, the Elite Four have been defeated. It is time, for real this time, to challenge the Pokemon League Champion. Let's take a look at my team, make sure they're all in order for this. Now, I probably will need to use some PP restores here. I've forgone using a few of them so far. I definitely think I'm going to need them now. Again, it's not like I'm going to need these ethers and elixirs for anything else. I mean, in a normal game, I'd probably save them just because of how rare they are, but here, yeah, let's just go ahead and use max elixirs and elixirs and things like that. Really, all we need is elixirs. Most of our moves don't have more than 10 PP anyway. Could just use leper berries, but, well, again, I don't even know if leper berries are a viewable resource in this game. You might be able to get them through certain people who give them to you, but you can't actually harvest them in this game. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and restore Meteor Mash there. Again, they give us ethers, we may as well use them. Now, select this statue, and let's head on down. Once more, where we will face our final challenge. Well, almost final challenge, but our final challenge that's actually a challenge. Nothing happens. We can't go back until we win. Once again, we're in this canyon here. And ahead of us are the steps of victory. And I should stop being so overdramatic, but I don't care. It's the freaking champion. Of course I gotta be overdramatic. Climbing the steps. As we get awesome camera panning. Couple of broken pillars, and here is the Palace of the Champion, once again. This time, hopefully, it's been repaired after all that debacle with Ant's Castle smashing the whole place. Hopefully it's been repaired. Maybe we can finally find out what that teleporter that we couldn't access does. Random note that, at the time that I recorded this, I didn't even know. Yeah, here's just a little thing. This run that I'm doing right now, this is in fact the first time that I have ever battled Alder. Yeah, in my original copy of Black version, I never actually did the Elite Four Round 2, so I actually never fought Alder before. I know what his team is, because I've read about it in walkthroughs, and other things like that, but I have never actually fought Alder for myself before. This will actually be my first time beating him on camera, well, not on camera, my first time beating him ever. It's just one of those things that I never got around to doing. I just got too sidetracked by breeding and competitive battling that I never actually did this. So, this was actually my first time. But anyway, now I'm going to go ahead and teach Flamethrower to... I wish Kyurem could learn Flamethrower, but for some reason it can't, despite being a dragon. Yeah, that's probably what puts Kyurem in UU, actually, is just a bad move pool and typing, but mostly just the move pool. You know what? For some reason I'm getting rid of Dragon Dance, because I doubt I'll have time to set that up. Cotton Guard could still be helpful, but there is a reason why I taught those two moves, Rock Slide and Flamethrower. Rock Slide for one specific one of his Pokemon, and Flamethrower for another specific one of his Pokemon. You'll see why I taught those moves, and Flappy Hair in the Breeze. So here we are, this place has been repaired. Once again, the main theme of this game. That's debatable. Some say Cynthia's stronger, but who cares? So Alder leads with Excelgor, and I wanted to remain silent just to get the intro of the battle there. I'll talk more about Alder's actual music a bit later, but for now, onto the battle. I want to set up light screen here because Excelgor, okay, yeah, me first. It's kind of weird. It's using me first despite me not using an attacking move. And now it's going to Bug Buzz. For some reason, he likes to spam me first a lot, but this time he went for the attack. Definitely going to go for Trick Room here because Excelgor is one of the fastest Pokemon in the game. It's, I think, faster than Electro. It's second only to Ninjask for non-legendaries. And critical hit, but that would have done a heck of a lot of damage anyway, considering how fast Excelgor is compared to Bronzo. Yeah. Alder is wasting no time. His star Pokemon is on the field right now. Level 77 Volcarona, 7 levels higher than mine, in fact. This could be a problem. Now, weird thing is, on my earlier attempt of this battle, I actually didn't know what fire move Volcarona had, because for some stupid reason it never used a fire move on me. Now I know why. Overheat. Maybe his AI was paranoid about the special attack drop. Now, this might sound utterly stupid, but now that he's dropped his own special attack, I feel confident that I can survive an overheat, or go first. Now, Rock Slide will hopefully get the KO here with the double weakness. Oh, but flinch, and that doesn't really matter because, well, he's gonna heal. Of course he is. Kinda glad for that flinch there, because a critical hit overheat would have been pretty painful to me. Either that, or, of course I'd miss. Yeah, of course I'd miss. And my, safety buffer trick move is gone, so I have to tank hits from this thing. Hopefully, though, I'm gonna goad him into using overheat so he lowers your special attack more and more, making him less and less of an issue. Now, this guy does, in fact, have Quiver Dance. I was terrified of this. Really? I swear, Alder is like the god of damage ranges or something. You're gonna see this a bit later. Now, I'm not even sure if I can actually one-shot this thing, but considering that, I probably should be able to one-shot it, because really? I was struck with my classic terrible luck in this fight, but anyway. Buffalon is his next Pokemon. I mean, Volcarona using Overheat does take a bit of the pressure off with Quiver Dancing, but enough about that. Gonna go switch out, because I'm predicting something like a Mega Horn or an Earthquake here. Yes, Earthquake, good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and poison this thing, because Buffalon is pretty bulky. Now, I learned from the Ghetsis battle not to underestimate Buffalon. It's actually very powerful, as you'll certainly see there. Stone Edge, ouch. It doesn't have quite as insane coverage as Ghetsis' one did. I mean, that thing had weird things like Poison Jab and stuff, but this one is still quite powerful. It's got moves like Earthquake, Mega Horn, Stone Edge, and Head Charge. I believe that would be all its moves, but they're all very powerful, and you don't want to get hit by many of them. This thing is brutal, although it is very, very slow, so I'm actually really glad my Trick Room wore off before this thing came out. Of course, oh, that wasn't even a critical hit, okay. Yeah, I kind of was resigned to losing something against this Buffalon. It is very powerful. Oh, now, Volcarona is going to get Stone Edge, and I cannot risk that. There is a certain Pokemon that Alder uses later on that I need Volcarona for. Trust me, you'll see it in the fail channel why not having Volcarona for that Pokemon is a very, very bad idea. Oh, really? Alder, seriously, you are like the god of damage ranges or something. Why? Okay, thankfully that wasn't a critical. Because if that was, I might be in trouble. Considering what he's probably going to send in next. Druddigon. Of all the dragon types in the Unova region, Druddigon seems like a very weird choice, but I won't question his decisions, because it's going to go down to an Ice Beam anyway. This thing's not really that strong, so it's not really that big a deal that I got rid of it quickly. Vanillux. This could be a problem for a dragon type, but I have Focus Blast. Oh, Flash Cannon. Okay, that is bad. One of the few non-Ice type moves this thing can actually learn it. Oh, I lost Curem. Okay, right. So, it looks like we're on a bit of an uphill battle here. I could go for Ignis here, but okay, this might sound totally stupid, but I have a plan. My plan here is to use Whirlwind as death fodder while I heal Metagross. Oh, wow, I missed anyway. Okay, so you're not going to get to be death fodder. Nice one. Yeah, I had a feeling my plan was a bit more sophisticated, maybe goaded into using Blizzard and then switch into a Steel type, but Blizzard still does a heck of a lot of damage, as you're about to see here. And that... Crit Freeze! Are you kidding me? Crit Freeze! Wow, okay, typical example of my luck here. The chances of Blizzard hitting, criticaling, and freezing all together is... Acid Armor is very annoying too, because that means it's going to take me ages to carry this thing even with Meteor Mash. Provided I don't miss with Meteor Mash, which I probably will. Light Spray. This thing does like to buff of its defenses, but at least we know it only has 2 attacking moves now. Blizzard and Flash Cannon, but Blizzard is very, very painful. Just to clarify, the probability of Blizzard hitting, critically, and freezing all in one is 0.4%. Yes, 0.4%, and of course I get it. Yep, that's just me. But goodbye Vanillux, thankfully. Now Alder is on to, I believe this is his last Pokemon, but it's a tough one. Escavalier. Now, I have used an Escavalier competitively, so I of all people should know just how deadly Escavalier can be. This thing is ridiculously powerful. Thankfully, it only has X-Scissor and not Mega Horn, but it is absolutely brutal how much damage Escavalier can put out, and that is the main reason why I taught Flamethrower to Whirlwind and why I wanted to keep Volcarona in the wings. Because, well, you're about to see what happens if you don't have a fire type in the wings when this thing comes out. Escavalier is, yeah, not something to be underestimated. Like, seriously, more people should try out Escavalier on Trick Room teams. It is ridiculously powerful. Like, seriously, even more so now with Fairies. So, I was hoping this could finish it off and I would end the battle with Whirlwind, but nope, oh no. And Giga Impact, that's going to be painful. Of course, there's really no point in teaching an Escavalier Giga Impact because Mega Horn will actually do more most of the time. And that was why. Without that light screen, I might have been able to KO with Flamethrower, but then again, it may have survived with 1 HP. Again, because Alder is the god of damage ranges. But that doesn't really matter because no light screen to save it now. It is definitely gone. And Alder is defeated. Gotta love that champion victory theme. I really felt bad for talking over it, so I didn't. But, what's this, you might ask? You were alluding to a few things that went wrong on previous runs? Well, yeah. After getting through all 4 of the Elite Four without any major failed attempts, of course, the champion would get me at least once. And he did only get me once. But why is it that luck always strikes me at the worst possible times? Just like Cynthia. This battle came this close to being successful on the first attempt. But at least that makes for more exciting viewing. Because, once again, that means, for the last time, it's time for the Fail Channel! Here it was, attempt number 1 against Alder. And like I said, you're in for a real treat here. This battle came so close to being successful. Yeah, I very nearly beat this guy on the first try. Now, thing is, I'm actually kind of glad that it wasn't because this actually wasn't the best fight overall. But I just came... Alright, you'll just see. Anyway, so, once again, Excelgor. Now, Alder really does like bug types. Even his name comes from a particular type of moth. And really, I personally find that Alder, his team, shows just how far bug types came in Generation 5. Generation 5 was really the era where bug types really shined. Before, there were maybe only 1 or 2 actual standout bug types. Scizor and Heracross, really, and maybe Forretress were like the only good bug types in the game, and all of them had secondary typings. Gen 5 introduced a lot of amazing bug types. Volcarona, fantastic. Things Escavalier, amazingly powerful in Trick Room. Excelgor has its ridiculous speed and quite a few interesting things it can do support-wise. And even the early game bugs, Swaddle and Venipede, Leavanny and Scolipede are actually surprisingly good by early game bug standards. Leavanny is amazing in game, with Swords Dance and things like X-Scissor and Leaf Blade, And Scolipede, well, in Gen 6, it became a complete and total beast with you know, Speed Boost Bat Pass. So, really, Gen 5 was the era where bug types rose, finally. Bug types were always, you know, that one type that everyone always just hated because there were so many useless Pokemon in it. Gen 5 did something really great for bug types. Oh, how can I fail to mention, Galvantula. I love Galvantula. Galvantula is possibly one of my favorite Gen 5 Pokemon. Compound Ice Thunder is so amazing, and I also love the fact that they somehow managed to make a spider really adorable. It's probably just me, and I've probably already said this before, but I always found Galvantula cuter than its pre-evolution, as weird as some people think that is. Oh, I just love Galvantula. I wish I could get a Galvantula plush, actually. But, and once again, I miss Meteor Mash, where it counts, and I get Earthquaked again. Yep, that would've... Okay, I survived. Wow. That would have definitely KO'd him if I'd hit, so that's really annoying. Anyway, back to the battle itself. I'm just getting out a few things that I couldn't say about Alder in the first run, such as, another thing, the music. Now, oh, of course, he'd switched to Mega Horn and Critical Me just as I switched Pokemon. But that was my first loss of the battle, so I can safely get in Ignis here and hopefully Revenge Kill him. Hopefully. What? Are you kidding me? Once again, Alder, Lord of Damage Rangers, strikes again. And that cost me Volcarona. This is bad. Very, very bad. Because I now know that I have to get very lucky to beat that Escavalier. Without Volcarona and with no Flamethrower or Whirlwind, beating Escavalier is going to be a major uphill battle. And I'm using Focus Blast here because he's going to full restore. I would never risk Focus Blast if he was on that low HP, but he's going to full restore, and I feel I can risk it because if I miss, he's not going to hit me anyway. Please, one-hit KO this thing. I mean, I know Buffalon is bulky, but come on! Oh well, at least that didn't look like a stupid damage range. Oh, why do I have to get struck by complete and utter bullcrap damage ranges right now? But anyway, Alder's battle theme. It's also shared by the subway bosses, and of course that was the only time I ever heard that when I played this game for the first time, because I battled the subway bosses, but I never actually fought Alder. It's interesting, there are a lot of people who don't like it. I still think it's a pretty good battle theme. It's not quite as unique as a lot of the other champion themes, but then again, Alder is optional in terms of champions, so he doesn't really need a particularly memorable theme. It's more the fact that you get to battle him at all, and I mean, Alder, really, he's actually probably one of the least difficult champions in terms of his team. Most of his team has a huge weakness to fire, and he makes a few questionable choices in Pokemon, such as Druddigon. Like, really, you couldn't at least have Haxorus? Like, really, Druddigon? Seriously? No Crit Freeze that time, but I might miss this Meteor Mash. Oh, and he's gonna Acid Armor. Now, weird thing is, he Acid Armored once before in the actual run, and my Meteor Mash there did a heck of a lot more damage than you're about to see here. Like, I did more than that last time, but it doesn't matter. Like, I did more than 50%, but it doesn't really matter because I'm gonna... Why would you Flash Cannon? Seriously, why would you Flash Cannon? Unless you're hoping for a special defense drop. But anyway, Attack Boost is gonna guarantee me to get the 2-hit KO. I might not have got it before, but a critical hit, that's going to guarantee it even more. Could have appreciated that on the first hit, and he saves Volcarona until now. So, yeah, unlike before, he is committing his ace much later in the fight, and I'm a little worried here, because I'm not going to be able to take a fire move, so I'm going to go ahead and switch out to Whirlwind to hopefully tank that fire move. And it's about now that I realise I probably should have put Rock Slide on something, because, yeah, this thing does not like rock moves, but it doesn't have very many weaknesses elsewhere. Okay, Light Screen is gone. That's probably not going to help him all that much, because the chance of me actually using special moves on him is not all that great. I'm just going to... Hyper Beam. I didn't miss. Okay. Yeah, this guy has a few weird choices of moves. He does have Hyper Beam, which is a bit... Of course I hit Flame Body first go. Ugh, really? But, anyway, yeah, he has Bug Buzz, Hyper Beam, Overheat, and Quiver Dance. Now, I was terrified about Quiver Dance, and one thing that I was actually starting to think, I know I promised that I wouldn't Quiver Dance in this fight, I mean, in the Elite Four, but I thought to myself, if he ever went for Quiver Dance, I would go for it too, because honestly, if he did start Quiver Dancing, there was no way I could beat him short of forcing him to use so many overheats that he lowers his special attack back down again. And again, like I said in the actual successful run, for some reason, this guy never used a fire move on me. I really don't know why, but he never used a fire move on me. It seems okay, that did much less than I thought it would, and Meteor Mash is going to be resist. Why did I go for that, not Zen Headbutt? I'm an idiot. But it doesn't matter because I'm gone anyway. Okay, I don't think that crit really mattered, but it may have. Okay, I don't resist Bug Buzz, I don't resist Fire, but I can fly, and Volcarona, as I've learned from experience, does not like flying moves. Shame I don't have any acrobatics here. Yikes, that was painful. Anyway. Okay, thankfully he's faster so I can avoid a hit like that. And is that going to take him? No! Oh! Damage range, and once again, I hit Flame Body first go. Yeah, what a time for my luck to fail me. The last challenging fight of the game. And of course he goes for Hyper Beam. I think he's one of those guys who'll always go for Hyper Beam if he knows that it will KO you. But that's good because it means that you can get... Okay, it's Kurem versus the world here. And this is a bit of a problem because I know full well what his next Pokemon is. And that really terrifies me. Anyway, I said overall, Alder might be one of the lesser challenging champions. I mean, next to Diantha, who was just pathetic. But, I guess, yeah, it's more his character that makes him memorable. Alder is really interesting, but enough about that, it's S-Cavalier time. Focus Blast is my best option, as much as I hate to say this. Okay. One shot. Oh, okay. Right. If I survive this Iron Head, I may be in with a chance. I'm not going to 2-hit KO, but with the special defense, ooh! Honestly, did not expect that I'd survive that. But I'm going to freeze the action here just to talk about what the thought process going through my head was when I was recording this. So, like I was about to say, Focus Blast does not 2-hit KO. Normally, I would be doomed in this situation, but I just got a special defense drop. That means that my next Focus Blast will finish him. However, this is the problem right here, and knowing how bad my luck is, I realize this is going to suck. It all comes down to this. I just realized, to my horror, if I hit this next Focus Blast, I win. If I miss, I lose. That is what it comes down to. So what happens? Of course I miss! What did you expect? Ladies and gentlemen, my luck. With that, there goes my first battle against Alder. This close! Came this close and... Oh, wait, we're back to the successful attempts. Okay. Again, granted, I would have much preferred this battle being the right one because that one I made a lot of bad decisions and, I mean, it was close, but I could have done it a lot better, as I did in the successful run. But anyway, finally we get to see what's beyond this teleporter. And it's the Hall of Fame room. Now, again, when I recorded this, I had never seen the Hall of Fame sequence in this game before. Like, honestly, I had never actually seen this before. Because your first time through the game, you don't get the Hall of Fame sequence. But now, this is the only way to do it. Going through the post-game, optionally, but we've fought long and hard. We're finally done. Here we go. It's time for the Hall of Fame. And it's actually pretty cool. Get ready, people. Would have much preferred Volcarona to be represented as Fire-type, not Bug, but oh well. And I love that dragon thing. So yeah, you get to see your Pokemon's types there. It's actually pretty cool, I like it. And the music's interesting too. But, League Champion. 42 hours, 55 minutes, no experience. We've done it. And if you keep waiting here, you'll see all your Pokemon. Hemingway, you were really good. Those dual screens saved me quite a few times, at least I think they did. Bones, you were much better than I expected. You were an amazing tank, and I am not surprised that that Mandibuzz is now OU in Gen 6. Really, like, Mandibuzz is actually amazing. Whirlwind, you never got to be as useful as I thought you'd be, but you were useful for a few things that I didn't expect, so props to you. Oh, delete, Metagross, you, despite missing all those Meteor Mashes, you were pretty cool. Ah, Volcarona, this would not be possible without Ignis, they were amazing. And Curem. Never should have doubted you, I never should have doubted Glaciate. Glaciate is very useful. But anyway, I'm gonna be silent for a moment during the credits because I talked over the credits the first time and honestly, the credits have some of the most amazing music in the history of Pokemon, so I'm gonna be silent for them this time. I hope you've enjoyed this run, and I'll see you next time.